Football is called the beautiful game for a reason. It gives us moments of pure genius, heart-stopping drama, and sometimes things so unbelievable you have to see them to believe them. Today, we're counting down the top 10 most unforgettable and craziest moments in the history of football. So grab your popcorn and let's dive in. Kicking off our list at number 10 is the Flying Dutchman. The year is 2014. The World Cup in Brazil. The Netherlands are playing the reigning champions. Spain, Dutch captain Robin van Persie launches himself into the air, meeting a long pass with a spectacular diving header that loops over the helpless Iker Casillas. It was a goal of such breathtaking audacity and perfect execution that it instantly became iconic. It wasn't just a goal. It was a statement of intent, and it set the tone for Spain's shocking early exit from the tournament. A moment of pure athletic poetry. Coming in at number 9, we travel back to the 1950 World Cup for one of the greatest upsets of all time. The mighty England, the self-proclaimed kings of football, faced a team of part-time amateurs from the United States. We're talking teachers, mailmen, and dishwashers. On paper, it was a mismatch of epic proportions. But in a stunning turn of events, the USA scored a single goal and held on for a 1-0 victory. The result was so unbelievable that some newspapers in England thought the scoreline was a typo and printed it as a 10-1 win for England. It remains a powerful reminder that in football, anything is possible. At number 8, we have a true fairy tale. It's Euro 1992. Denmark hadn't even qualified for the tournament. They were brought in as a last-minute replacement for Yugoslavia. Their players were literally on vacation when they got the call. With no pressure and nothing to lose, they embarked on a miraculous run. They battled their way through the group stage, stunned the Netherlands in the semis, and then, in the final, they defeated the world champions, Germany. A team that wasn't supposed to be there ended up lifting the trophy. It's a story so incredible, it sounds like it was written for a Hollywood movie. Now for a moment of madness, at number 7. In 1995, Manchester United's charismatic and fiery French forward, Eric Cantona, was sent off during a match against Crystal Palace. As he walked towards the tunnel, he was taunted by a fan in the crowd. What happened next is etched into football infamy. Cantona launched himself, feet first, into the crowd and delivered a kung fu kick at the fan. The incident led to a lengthy ban and a media firestorm. It was a shocking display of aggression that showed the volatile, unpredictable side of a football genius. Halfway through our list, at number 6, we have a moment of national heartbreak. The 2014 World Cup, hosted by Brazil, the nation was gripped by football fever, dreaming of lifting the trophy on home soil. They reached the semi-finals, but without their injured superstar name, their opponent was the German machine. What followed was not just a defeat. It was a complete and utter humiliation. Germany scored 5 goals in the first 29 minutes, slicing through the Brazilian defense at will. The final score was 7-1. The cameras panned across the stadium, showing thousands of crying fans. It was a sporting catastrophe that left a deep scar on the soul of a football-loving nation. At number 5, we have the miracle of Istanbul. The 2005 Champions League final, Liverpool versus the star-studded AC Milan. By halftime, it was a disaster for the English side. They were at -0 down and looked completely outclassed. The game seemed over. But in a staggering 6-minute spell in the second half, Liverpool scored 3 goals to level the match. The game went to a penalty shootout, and Liverpool's goalkeeper, Jerzy Dudek, became the hero. Liverpool completed the most improbable comeback in the history of European finals. It's a testament to the power of belief and never giving up, no matter how dire the situation. Our number 4 spot goes to the ultimate underdog story. At the start of the 2015-2016 English Premier League season, Leicester City were 5,000-1 outsiders to win the title. To put that in perspective, bookmakers thought it was more likely that Elvis Presley would be found alive. They had just narrowly avoided relegation the season before. But under the charming management of Claudio Ranieri, a team of misfits and journeymen went on an unbelievable run. They defied all expectations, all logic, and all predictions to clinch the Premier League title. It's considered by many to be the greatest sporting shock of all time, a real-life fairy tale that gave hope to every underdog everywhere. Entering our top 3. At number 3 we have a moment of genius and madness from one of the greatest players ever. It's the 2006 World Cup final, France versus Italy. The legendary Zinedine Zidane, playing in the final match of his illustrious career, had already scored a penalty. The game is tied in extra time. Then, after an exchange of words with Italian defender Marco Materazzi, Zidane suddenly turns and violently headbutts him in the chest. A straight red card. The world watched in disbelief as the French captain walked past the World Cup trophy, his career ending in disgrace. It was a shocking, surreal, and tragic end for a true icon of the game. The runner-up, at number 2, is La Remontada, the comeback. In 2017, Barcelona faced Paris Saint-Germain in the Champions League knockout stage. They had been thrashed 4-0 in the first leg in Paris. No team in the history of the competition had ever overturned such a deficit. It seemed impossible, but at their home stadium, the Camp Nou, Barcelona began to believe. They clawed their way back, and as the clock ticked into the final minutes, they still needed 2 more goals. In a frantic, chaotic, and emotionally charged finale. They scored 3 goals in the last 7 minutes, with the winning goal coming in the 95th minute. The 6-1 victory sealed the greatest comeback in Champions League history, a night of pure footballing magic and pandemonium. And finally, at number 1, we have the most infamous, controversial, and talked about moment in football history. The 1986 World Cup quarterfinal, Argentina versus England. The game is goalless. The ball loops up in the air in the English penalty area. Out comes the goalkeeper, Peter Shilton, but Argentina's little genius, Diego Maradona, gets there first. He leaps and punches the ball into the net with his hand. The referee, incredibly, doesn't see it and awards the goal. After the match, Maradona cheekily claimed the goal was scored a little with the head of Maradona and a little with the hand of God. Just 4 minutes later, he would score one of the greatest goals of all time. But it's the hand of God that remains the most iconic, craziest, and unforgettable moment the sport has ever produced. And that's our list. What do you think? Did we miss any of your favorite crazy moments? Let us know down in the comments. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this trip down memory lane, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more football content. See you next time.